When I was preparing for this interview, I wanted to get the perfect catchword for what my introduction was going to be. So I did a background research of the company that we are supposed to talk about today and the individual behind that particular company. Then I said, they look like a company that have figured out how a motor company should operate within that particular industry. And I say motor because then they just do not operate in one region, they are all over. And when you see how their segments within that particular industry have developed, the only thing that I said, my introduction was going to be about a motor company in the construction industry. But then, the question then is not going to be about how they become a model company. The question is going to be what next in a place that they look like they figured out 100%. Now, for those guys who are wondering what company that we're talking about, I want you to go online right now and type in Sika. I'm going to give you a minute. Thank you very much. Now you do know the company that we are talking about. And today, we are privileged then to talk to the GM of that company. His name, Milutin. And for the sake of this particular conversation, he's going to have to say his second name, because we've debated over and over again about how to say it, and I'm going to see whether my producer was right about the pronunciation. Milutin, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you very much.
Start like this, you say your second name.
Thank you very much for having me here first. So yes, it's a little bit of a challenge when you try to pronounce my second name.
Isn't it?
So my second name is Milošević.
Hold on. Say it again.
Milošević.
I knew we're never going to get it. That's it. Because I kept on pronouncing this word over and over again, and I was sure that if I was going to try to say it, I was going to make a mess of it.
But you can try now.
Hold on. Here we go again.
Milošević.
Milošević.
Ah, you are very good.
Does it?
Yes, exactly.
Milošević.
Yeah, that's very good.
I knew that. Anyway, for the sake of this conversation, just let me call him Milutin because I don't want to make a mess of it. Now, for any other person wondering, what would be the perfect introduction of Sika? Who are you? What do you do?
So Sika is a worldwide company. We are leaders in construction chemicals and industry products as well, products and systems, both. We are present in 103 countries around the world. Currently, we have more than 33,000 employees, and with a yearly net turn at around a little bit more than 10 billion USD. So this is, in a nutshell, what Sika is. So it's a Swiss multinational company present all over the world practically, and also with a subsidiary here in Kenya as well.
All right, we're going to get back to that and learn about what you do, how you manage your business in over 103 countries. Let's talk about you for a moment. When I was looking at you, I might call you multilingual.
Yes, I mean, in a way.
Could you give us a background of that? How did you come to expose yourself to all those languages and cultures?
Well, you see, when you work in a multinational company like Sika, there are many opportunities that you actually get as an employee. So by going through the ranks and by growing my career within this company, I really got an exposure to many different cultures through different business travels and meetings with people all around the world. So it was really, and it is still really a great experience for me. And this, me being in Kenya, is really like something that I always wanted to explore, some exotic cultures like a Kenyan culture, and I really just love this country, so it's really great.
I'm going to come back to that on what your Kenyan connection is. Let's talk about where you grew up. How did you grow up? Because now, for a man who's then working for a company with such a rich experience, that becomes a question. Where did you grow up? How did you grow up?
Well, you see, it was for me. It was a little bit of a challenge because you see, my home country is Serbia, but Serbia, when I was born, was actually part of a bigger country called Yugoslavia. Now, I believe even many Kenyans, maybe a little bit older ones, they will remember Yugoslavia and its president Josip Broz Tito at that time, because we had really a very close connections with Kenya as a country. So unfortunately, we had a terrible war within the country, and then the country got separated into 6 smaller countries, you know. So my childhood was not, let's say, a completely happy one, you know, because of all of these circumstances that happened. But overall, I'm happy because, you know what they say, something that doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So, so that's exactly what happened to me in my childhood. Yes. And then, of course, when we recovered from all this really bad history and the war, then the country started to picking up slowly, and then we had different multinational companies coming into the country. And then, of course, I was, you know, applying for different jobs, and then I started working for Sika in 2007. Yes. So this is 16 years now that
in the making, isn't it, within yes. a particular company?
Yes.
When you look back, when you were a young boy, you know, growing up, do you have a story that would be reminiscent of what you're doing right now, that you look back and say, ooh, that right there essentially defined what I'm doing right now?
Well, you see, it's very difficult to define only one thing, you know. It's actually a lot of things that you do while you are young. You know, you attend to school, you try to achieve the best marks in the school, then you go for different sports, for example. So all of it, and then of course you learn different languages. So all the efforts that you make while you are young actually lead you to something like this, to the position where I am now. Yes. So it's a combination of different factors. It's not only one that I can remember and then say, okay, this is the one, and this is actually what brought me. No, it's actually a combination of yes. different factors.
Yes. Yes. When you look at your upbringing, you would say, within your family, what you say was your biggest inspiration to becoming you now, you know, to going to school, to study, to working hard, to try and carve something out for you?
Well, for me, and I think in general, yeah. Okay, it depends, of course, on your personality as yeah. well. You know, it's not only circumstances, but also personality. But for me, it was actually the love that I received from my parents. You know, so that love and that support, not only my parents, but also grandparents. So that love and that support actually gave me the wings, you know, to be where I am now and to do a lot of things in my life up till now.
But I want to go back and look at how your career developed, by the way. And I kept on reading about it over and over again to try and track exactly how you grew over time to the position that you currently have. I want to go back and see where you were. You became the head of sales at one point. You'll be a business coordinator, a sales engineer, up to where you are right now as a general manager for a company. If you look at your profile, your career profile, what would you say? What position would you say? You say, now that one essentially prepared me for this position.
I can see you are only focused on the one, huh? But actually it's not only the one, you know, it's the whole experience. I mean, you did your homework well, but just briefly to tell you how my career actually began. I began in a small private company as a business coordinator, so that was my first role. Yeah. Then after being successful in my role as business coordinator, I then progressed to the sales manager in that small company. But then there is something that I also would like to share with everyone is you should stay in a company only until you see actually the next step. If you don't see the next step, then it's time to change. I mean, if you are ambitious enough, of course. If you are just okay with what you are doing and you want to do it until the rest of your life, then fine, and then you will stay. But for me, you know, being in a small company, a small private company, and being the head of sales, I couldn't see now the next step. That is why I started applying for other companies in my hometown, and then actually I got this opportunity to work for Swiss multinational company Sika. But the interesting thing is, in the first company I was head of sales. Now in Sika I started from sales representative.
Which was a downgrade, isn't it?
Exactly. which was a heavy downgrade. You know,
it's a big downgrade.
Exactly. Yeah. But you see, in my mind, I was ready to invest. So I was ready to accept a lower position because I saw that the company is growing. I saw the company is very strong multinational company, and I knew that I will have more steps in front of me. And that is, first I was a sales representative in Sika, then I was a key account manager or key account responsible, let's say. Then I became target market manager, and now I'm a general manager in Sika, Kenya. So I even got an opportunity outside of my country. So that's the beauty of the multinational companies.
So stick around. If you don't see the next step, get out.
For me, it's like that, you see, but you have some people that are just fine with whatever they are doing, and then they might say to themselves, okay, I will do this just until the rest of my life, and that's it. But for me, it's not like that. I always want to see what is next. What is the next step and the next position, the next achievement that I can go to.
How did you approach your education? Did you approach your education based on what you loved, or knowing very well that this is exactly where I wanted to end up at? And I'm asking that question because even within your education profile, you've done foreign business in it. It's right there. Did you view yourself as a multinational even before you knew exactly where you're going to end up?
You see, this might sound strange, but somehow even when I was a very young boy, I had this feeling that actually I'm not going to spend the whole of my life in my country. I had this feeling like, or maybe it was an urge or motivation for me to explore more outside of the borders of my country. So maybe that
might be one, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So even when you're in school, you're like, I gotta do something that essentially
something that will give me this actually that will give me an opportunity to be exposed to the multinational business.
Does it?
Yes.
So you know what some people would say? People want to move away from their countries. Would you say that you love your country?
Yes, exactly. I love my country, of course. I mean, I love my country, but you see, moving out of my country has nothing to do with my love for my country. It has to do with my ambitions. It has to do with my career perspective, So that's the key.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't love my country, so that then I went out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So no, I of course I love my country, but this me going out of the country is actually achieving some personal aspirations and goals that I have.
Let me look at you, Milutin, you yourself. What is this one quality that you carry that if you look back, you will say, this is exactly what has carried me throughout my entire journey, through school, through my career, up to where I am right now?
Well, again, it's a combination of things, but what I consider maybe a characteristic that brought me all of this is, first of all, flexibility and resilience. And I am able really to adapt to different situations, to different people, different cultures, different businesses. So that is something that is really, for me, very interesting, and I really enjoy it.
That adaptability, where does it come from? Does it come from within the family?
Well, I don't know. So maybe it's in DNA, but I don't know. But you see, when it's interesting because both of my grandfathers, they were actually doing their work abroad. So yeah, maybe I got it from them. You know, I don't know. So.
Let's look at the Kenyan connection. When did it become evident that you're going to Kenya?
Well, you see, from time to time we have these open positions in different countries as a Sika, and then certain candidates are being contacted so that they can consider who is the best option for maybe a certain position, like a general manager in Kenya. So, well, it was also a little bit of luck, and it was also a little bit of support from my also colleagues from Serbia, that I got this opportunity to work for Kenya. So, okay, I knew a little bit about Kenya. Now I was going to get into that.
I was going to get into that. I was going to get in there. I'm going to ask you that question. It then became evident. Oh, I'm going to Kenya. Yes. What would you first do? Of course, it's not like you jumped in and said, "Oh, yes, guys, I'm in Kenya now." What was the first thing that you did?
So you see, when you get this opportunity, you actually also get the opportunity from the company to come for maybe 5 or 7 days, which is not much, but still you can come and you can see a little bit of the country, a little bit. Of course, you need to visit the company that is the local company here, and so on, to see a little, to also meet a little bit of your colleagues. So what I did, I actually took that trip for 5 days in Kenya. I was, I knew about Kenya only through through the TV show called Survival. I don't know if
I've seen it. I've seen that particular
episode. Exactly. So there was a lot of episodes that covered Kenya, and I really liked that so much. But that is the only thing that I knew about Kenya. But then when I came, I was really very pleasantly surprised. I mean, this is really a beautiful country. It's an extremely rich country. It's great, really.
What was your biggest culture shock when you landed in Kenya? Did they prep you?
Okay, it was a little bit of traffic, but now it's better now with this. Yes, now it's a little bit better, but yeah, it was a little bit of traffic. But I would say you see when you say the culture shock, people usually refer to something that is bad, But for me, it was the other way around. I was actually very happy to see so many happy people around, smiling, and even though maybe some of them are in a difficult life situations, or but they are still very positive, with a very positive mind, with a very positive attitude, and spirit. So it was really great.
Pretty much. But I want to ask you this question, and I'm really ready to hear that definition. To you now, in your position, and I know in the second part of this conversation, we're going to talk about the personal goals that you set for yourself when you rose to this position, but your definition of a successful business in this particular industry, what would you say a successful business is from a customer perspective and from a management perspective? Because I know what you're going to say about management.
You see, it relates to both. It relates to customer and management as well. You see, in Sika, and I believe in any other company, a serious company, we know that people are actually the main asset of the company. You can have very nice buildings, you can have so many cars, you can have a hefty, whatever, bank account or whatever, but people are the one who are actually doing business, who are getting in contact with customers, with clients, with our partners, but also within each other. So the crucial thing is to create a team that is more or less like a family, that will support each other, that will really be there for each other, and then also to transfer all of that to the outside world, meaning clients, partners, customers, and so on. Yes. So that's the key.
Just one, in case you joining as you are watching the Captain's Arena. My name is Simba Elijah Charles Kiage. We are with the GM, Sika. Now, that particular question that we asked there, that it works for a company that is essentially a model company in the industry that it operates in. Once we come back, we want to learn who is the client for Sika, what is that promise for Sika, and how are they essentially standing out in an area where they're not alone. And I'm saying they're not alone because when you are in 103 countries, you do not have just one competition. If there's something or a word like competitions, then you're right within it. How is he doing it here locally? Once we come back right here on Lookuptv, online at Lookuptv, across all your social media platforms, I am Akiaga Shiba.
Realize your home ownership dream by investing in Brookvale Tuala, a magnificent prime residential property located in Ongata Rongai. Brookvale Tuala by Safaricom Investment Cooperative overlooks the majestic Ngong Hills and lies only 24 kilometers from Nairobi CBD. The project boasts of well-serviced plots with a perimeter wall, graded roads and a borehole. 50 by 100 plots are going for 1.4 million shillings with a flexible payment plan of up to 6 months. To book your plot, call 0729 121212 today. Safaricom Investment Cooperative, the investment partner of choice.
Infinity Industrial Park is one of the largest private industrial parks located along Eastern Bypass, Nairobi, which provides modern infrastructure for smooth operations for industries and business enterprises. Infinity Industrial Park offers world-class amenities and facilities with wide roads, a police station, a power substation, fire station, public transport stage, hospital, and shopping mall. In addition, Infinity Industrial Park also offers CCTV cameras, 24-hour private armed security patrol, sewer, water, fiber optic cable, and 3-phase power connection, added to public utility, canteen, and dining areas. Sail on the golden opportunity to invest in Infinity Industrial Park fully serviced warehouses at a special price of 3,569 Kenyan shillings per square foot. For more inquiries, visit our website infinityindustrialpark.com.
Are you an SME looking for a media partner? Look no more, as Lookuptv got you covered for all your visibility and marketing needs. We at Lookuptv understand your business needs and want to work with you on your marketing journey, giving you solutions that will take you to the next level. Call us today on 0707 572 358 or send an email to sales@lookuptv.co.ke and kickstart this amazing journey. Welcome to Lookuptv, your official SME media partner.
My biggest challenge as a business journalist is then trying to ask a general manager of a company or a CEO of a company that is a model company within a particular industry of where next for them. But also to understand that business just doesn't stop. It keeps on growing, and also each company has ways that they keep on expanding their reach within a particular economy or particular economies that they operate in. Now, In case you're just joining us, we are with the General Manager, Sika. At this particular time, we want to understand the company, understand who their client is, what they want to deliver to you, and probably talk about their next evolution. So, Milton, let me tell you some of the biggest challenges of the construction industry, especially in this country. They say that we are operating on a very old building code, that majority of your clients are very slow to adopting technology. That before you convince them that there's something new in the market, this is the way we need to go, that you have to keep on getting at it over and over again. How have you managed to crack that code? Because you're succeeding in an area where people are saying, "Hi, man, no, they don't want it."
Well, you see, it's a very specific task to achieve. There is an interesting story. When I was working for Sika back home, I started as a sales representative in target market concrete. And basically that target market is focused on concrete admixtures, grinding aids, and concrete essential products in the country. And then I remember going with a small bottle of concrete admixtures to different ready-mix plants, introducing what is the concrete admixture, what are the benefits that the concrete admixture will bring to the fresh and hardened concrete. And I remember one story where I went to one of the ready-mix plants in my country. I met with a guy that is an old engineer, and he was responsible for that ready-mix plant. And I was explaining to him a little bit about the concrete admixtures, introducing the benefits, and so on and so on. And his first response was, "Are you kidding me? Are you telling me that after 30 years of producing concrete without that small bottle, now I need to produce it with that small bottle? Are you out of your mind?" That was the reaction that I faced. But you see, and believe me, when I started doing that at that particular time for the local company, it was a big achievement if you sell 2 or 3 IBCs of concrete admixtures. Yes. IBC is a 1,000 liter packaging of the liquid, of the concrete admixture. Yes. But believe me, within maybe 1.5 years from that moment, we started selling concrete admixtures in tankers, 20,000 liters, 30,000 liters, So I believe that there is some kind of a bit of a resistance to the new technologies in the construction market, but once you give yourself a chance to try the products, to follow the instructions that you get from the people who are experts in what they are doing within Sika, then you will definitely see the benefits, and then even you should not stop that, because after all, we also want to make something more affordable for us. So apart from having the benefits quality-wise, yes, you will have benefits also financially-wise. And that is very important for everyone to understand.
Yes. So for someone who's listening to you and wondering, what is Sika going to give me today? Should I say, well, let me talk to Milton, I'm in the construction industry, and maybe has a solution for today in the Kenyan market or the East African economy? What are you offering the construction industry as your top product, and why they must have them?
Well, you see, we have so many products as Sika. I mean, it's worldwide. It's tens of thousands different products. Of course, we need to, let's say, put a certain range into a certain region, so that we have, let's say, more or less the visibility of what the local market needs are, and then accordingly we give our solutions to the market. Now, when it comes to educating the market, that is also a very important task for us to do. But your question is good. What is actually Sika providing to the market and to their clients? And I think it's very important that, again, we reflect to the people. So we have people who are, including me, who are ready to support any of our clients 24 hours a day, which is really not very usual in our business. Then 24 hours, you can call me at midnight, no problem. I will pick up the call, and you know, if you have a problem with, I know your bathroom is leaking or something, I will tell you what to do. So that's the beauty of Sika. Is that a culture that you've introduced in that? No, that's how we are. You know, that's just, yes, it's the culture, because in the company culture, one of the points is actually stating that the customer comes first. So for you, for me, if you are our client, partner, or customer, you will come first. So I need to make sure that you are happy, that you are satisfied with the solution, that we give you the best possible product or system that you need to use in your construction site, and to give you, which is absolutely essential, to give you the technical support on site, so that you don't do something in a wrong way. Because believe me, you can have the best product in the world. If you apply it in a wrong way, it becomes the worst product in the world. Yeah. So that's the point.
That particular line there is what I want to talk about next. You see, you're not just a product company, you are a service company as well. And you're saying, well, you see, if you want a product and you really want them to use them in the right way possible, we're right here, guys. And as much as you just get in the product, also talk to us. We'll give you the technical support in actually applying these products then in your construction sites. Is that a magic bullet for Sika? In the sense of that we know what we're doing, and we're going to talk the talk to you, to the site. And if you want us to walk the journey with you, we will distribute the product to you. When you're constructing, we will be there with our engineers. And when you be applying these products, we'll give you the technical service. Is that a magic bullet for Sika?
Exactly. That's the formula that we are operating. Yes. And I haven't mentioned, but Sika was founded in 1910, which means that we have 113 years of, let's say, construction experience throughout. So this is an amazing journey, really, for the company and for each and every one of us who are actually taking part of that history within us.
Yes. So, for someone who's listening to you today, and they're in the construction industry, who is that client to you? Could you define the Sika client today? Who are they? Where are they?
You see, Sika clients are all of the people in one country, because we all live in homes. You know, we all need maybe some small repairs to be done in our home. We need something special, maybe a special adhesive, or maybe a special anchoring product, or maybe mortar a little bit to do something in our houses. So each and every person in Kenya is actually our client. Of course, now you can group the clients in a group of, let's say, main contractors, which are big construction companies. Then you have cement producers. Then you have different applicators, flooring applicators, roofing applicators, waterproofing applicators. You know, so all of them are also part of that market. But I would never stop there, because believe me, even you are a potential client for Sika and the potential customer, because I'm sure that you in your house, maybe not now, but sometime you had this need of maybe doing some work, maybe waterproofing a little bit, maybe a little bit repairing with a repair mortar, or maybe grouting a small pole or something. You know, it depends, but I'm sure you had that.
I'm in the process of building my first house, so.
Okay, now we are talking.
We're going to talk after this to see exactly where I can come in. So, another thing that I want you to make clear then, are you saying that for every other person who wants to think construction and then wondering what are the up-to-date technologies that I can actually apply in this particular site, that is your client for you?
Well, you see, Sika as a multinational company, we put also our focus and our efforts to, first of all, sustainability,
Yes.
innovation, and, as I said, technical support to the clients. We try throughout the time to improve our products. We have also in place this net zero strategy, so that we eliminate completely the CO2 emissions for our products, or at least to lower first and then to eliminate completely. And then, of course, this support that we are giving, explaining how the new products, the new innovative products can be used in your business. For example, if you are doing construction, how can they make the whole process much more efficient, with more durability, and with more efficiency for you?
Yes, pretty much. Let's look at Sika again. You know, as a GM, you're not just entrusted with the responsibility of, let's talk about numbers, let's talk about the growing. No, you're entrusted with the face of the company. But listen, from where you're seated here today, what would you like for any other potential client to think about when they hear the name Sika? Other than the good products, fine, but what would you like them to associate the company with?
There is only one word: trust.
Do you think you've achieved that in the 6 years that you've been in that position?
Well, we are for sure doing that on a daily basis, and I believe that all of our clients, if you go and ask them if they have trust in our brand, I'm sure that they will say yes.
Yeah. Are there personal projects, Millicent, that you've undertaken at Sika, right here or in the region, that you will say at a true testament to anybody who wants to see exactly how you've carried out those projects in any other capacity as a Sika, that will say that you see that is a true testament of the multitude or the level of technical ability that this company has? Is there any that you may want to mention now for any other person who's wondering?
Well, you see, I mean, we've been part of so many projects in Kenya. I mean, there were a lot of dams,
yeah,
for example.
Yeah.
Then where we are present with our concrete admixtures and also other products as well. Then there are also a lot of flooring projects in the city, roofing projects. We have even expressway.
Oh, you're part of it?
Yes, we are part of that with our concrete admixtures.
Oh, yeah.
As well. So, I mean, we are very proud of what we did in Kenya and what we are still doing, and I hope that the legacy will be even much bigger than what it is now.
A company that has been in existence for 113 years, to be exact. Do you feel that sometimes you carry the weight of a legacy, that you have little leeway to mess up, or even try and take the direction to the company to a different direction because you believe in it?
Well, yeah. Well, yes. I mean, it's as you said. You know, we are all the face of the company.
That's it.
My colleagues, me, we are all representing the company, and we are all trying to put the face of the company there that will be really trustworthy and professional, and someone that you can really rely on. And this is I think the key to doing business, not only in Kenya but all over the world. I mean, yeah. This is just one of the markets where we are in. But with this philosophy and with this culture that we have in place, I think this applies to any region of the world.
Yes.
Yes, it's a responsibility, of course. I mean, you don't want to mess up, after all. I mean, so you are really trying to do your best. And at least for me, this was my motto from early childhood. That try to do your best in each and every second of each and every day. That's the only formula. Try to be the best version of yourself.
At every second of each day.
Exactly. Every moment.
Does he know when you knew that now, even when you want to live like that now, there's so many eyes that are looking at you. There's so many employees that are looking at you. You've got so many people that are entrusting you with this particular entity now right here in the region. Does it become a lot of pressure for you to live on like that?
You see, maybe it can become a pressure if you are maybe, how to say, maybe overthinking, or if you are putting that much pressure on you. But believe me, if you love
yes.
what you do,
yes.
you will excel and you will be happy because you love it. And you will not care so much of who is watching you. I mean, anyone can watch me, if they want. But you see, if I have this philosophy of doing the best each and every second of my life, try to be the best version of myself, and do it with love, because I genuinely love what I do, then I don't have a problem. The whole world can watch me.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe you've answered this question, but because it's part of my script, and it was a standing question I was going through what I wanted to talk to you about today, I gotta ask you again. I mean, you're not alone in this particular industry. And for a company that is in existence in over 100 countries, that means that you're not alone, that you're competing with people who are also looking at you and saying, well, they're taking that direction, we have to try and outsmart them. How are you able as a company to stand out? Because 113 years means that there's something that you're doing that is essentially just elevating you above the rest. You were already closed shop a long time ago if it wasn't working.
Well, you see, yes, exactly. So you see, I mean, of course, competition is there. I mean, competition, and it's a heavy competition. It's not like a few competitors. We have really a very heavy competition out there. And, you know, they are all doing their work in the best possible way, which is absolutely okay. I mean, that's why you are there. But what is making us to be number one is it's just, I think, that we are fully open to our clients. We are approaching them with love. We are approaching them with support. We are approaching them with all the qualities that will bring trust in our relationship.
Yes.
You know, so that is actually the essential thing.
Yes.
Because you see, if you look at the competition and everything, more or less they all have more or less, let's say, similar products, more or less. Yeah. Yes. So when you look at the competitors that we have in all of those markets around the globe, they have more or less the same products, more or less, you know, the same approach to the market. But again, and this is what we really stress as our strategy in Sika, the main asset of Sika are people. If you have high quality people that are really united in one organization, that is being driven by sincere relationships, love, support, then, you know, sky is no limit.
Is a company that has existed for 113 years, Sika. When you look at exactly how they're running their business, they're the model of how companies should be behaving in the construction industry. You're one-stop shop. Any question that is thrown to you, you're answering it. Technology, you're answering it. Technical advice, technical service, you're answering it. What is the next stage of evolution for a company like that? Does it become hard for a business journalist like me now to start saying, well, I think they're going to go in that direction? What is the next stage of evolution for Sika?
Well, you see, in the global environment,
yes,
we still have a lot of space to grow. You know, so it's not like we have reached a certain percentage of, I don't know, the global market share, and now we ask ourselves, oh, what now? I mean, so it's not like that. So we still have really a lot of space to grow, and I'm sure that we are going to do it through our innovations, through our top-notch products, to our top-notch technical support that we are giving to our clients. And this is the key, because we still have a lot of room to expand.
Is it? Would you say that? 113 countries.
103 countries, yes.
103 countries, sorry.
Yes.
113 years in operation.
Yes.
Somebody would like say, well, that's a company that is already at its peak.
Well, you see, we are leaders in the construction chemicals business worldwide.
That's it.
So we are number one. Now, of course, as being the number one doesn't mean that you have covered the whole potential of the global market. You know, you have covered maybe the biggest chunk among the competitors, but the whole construction market is still quite big. So there are also other technologies that we can tackle. There are also other range of products and systems that we might start producing and promoting into the market in the future. So it's not only what we are having right now. It's also the potential for other systems and products which I'm sure will implement in our future strategy. Yes.
Let me talk about you. Your career has spanned years and years. When are you going to look back and say, guys, that's it, I'm out?
Well, in my opinion, you should tell to yourself that I'm out. Yeah. Only if you lose the passion.
Just carry the same passion.
Yeah. If you lose the passion, yeah, then for sure. I mean, then you at least that is my personal opinion. So if you lose the passion, then why are you doing it? If you're not passionate about it, what's the point?
Do you know what somebody's going to ask you? For a company that is a multinational leader in this segment that you're getting into, what do you get the passion from? Well, listen, what do you get the passion from?
You see, the passion is there every day. Because you see, each and every day is bringing you a different situation, a different challenge, a different thing that you can improve, a different thing that you can do maybe better than the previous day. And this is actually an ongoing process that is, for now, giving me very much passion that I need to do my job. Yeah, exactly.
What makes your days different? In the sense of you're a GM, you have defined responsibilities. Each day you wake up, you go to the company, there are those responsibilities that you got to achieve. What makes your days different for you to generate this passion?
Well, you see, each and every day is bringing some new situation, maybe a new challenge. You need to solve something for a certain client, or you need to solve an issue with the supply chain, or maybe something in the production or warehouse. You see, we have two lines of local production here in Kenya. We have powder line, liquid line. Yes. So this is also something that has its own challenges. You know, we export also to other markets. We are not only focused on the Kenyan local market. We are also exporting to Uganda, Rwanda. So those are also the markets that are covered from Kenya. Which means that actually we are also supporting a little bit of a foreign trade balance for the country, which I believe it's very important for all Kenyans. And you know, all of this is bringing every day a certain challenge to you that you need to solve, and so on and so on. And then that is what is driving me. And that is actually where my motivation comes from.
Should have started by asking you whether you have a family, but in case you have a family, it's the point that you have to say that. Is there one thing, one value that you would wish that your kids could grow up having? What is this one thing that you be confident by saying, well, if I go and my kids know that, then I'm a happy man?
Well, yes, I have a family. So my kids actually are now not kids anymore. They are adults.
Are they ever going to stop to be kids?
So yeah, exactly. That's true. Yeah. My daughter is actually 20 years old, and my son in a few days he will be 24. So they are quite, let's say, big. But the most important thing, what I think any kid is carrying from the childhood is how he or she was being treated by their own family. Yeah. So if the family was supportive, if the family was giving them a lot of love, if the family was, you know, really trying to introduce the right values at a very early age for the kids, then this is actually the biggest legacy that can be there for the kids from their own parents and even extended families.
Yes.
So that's, for me, that's the most important thing that a kid can have in their own life.
Pretty much. 15 seconds. And we're clearing like that. Millicent in 5 years. 15 seconds.
You see, in 5 years, I mean, you don't know what will happen tomorrow, and now you're asking me for the 5 years, you know, so.
Give me a podcast. Give me a podcast.
So no, you see, in the 5 years, you asked me where I want to be.
That's it?
You see, in 5 years, I want to be happy.
That's an answer.
You see, I don't care where I will be. I don't care what the circumstances will be. I just want to be happy. Yes.
Melissa, thank you very much for joining us on Captain's Arena.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Guess what? It's saying that you are his client. Fine. His company is Sika. So go right now and ask yourself the question, how am I going to be the client to Melissa? That's what we do right here on the Captain's Arena. My name is Simba Elijah Charles. Can I get taken back online at Lookuptv across all your social media platforms? The hashtag is the Captain's Arena. I'll see you next week for another episode. Goodbye and good night.